This Corey Putnam quick attach. We showed some videos of this baby in action. This is our soil conditioner. A lot of people refer to him as a Harley rake. Phenomenal piece of equipment, but I really wanted just to take a little, I guess, kind of a deep dive in why we build it the way we do. Where does that actually add value to the guy running it or the business owner that's investing in it? And we're gonna start with number one thing here that separates the men from the boys, where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, is this floating connection. Here's the attach plate, here's the subframe, you have the lower link, you have the two top links, and you've seen in this video, this baby will float up and down, adjusting to the contour for you. From like a operational standpoint, it is like push button four-wheel drive. It makes life so easy for you when you're running it. And just like you see here, the cat loader arms are in the lowest position possible. And you are not going to change your up and down. The only thing that you're going to do here, I'll just give you an example. Let's say you had a low spot where you want to bring more material to fill in that low spot. When you curl this attach plate forward, it's going to put down pressure on the tires, okay? You can put so much down pressure where you can lift the drum completely off the ground where it's not touching the soil, right? So when you curl back your attach plate, it's going to force that drum to tilt deeper so that you can get that material building up, and as you're going into that low area, you then can curl forward. It's going to drop all that material in the low spot. So this baby will till 0 to 4 inches on the fly. Competitors out there, they don't have that option. I've seen them where they have two links here. They don't have the subframe, which is so important, so that you don't tweak the frame and the subframe and have bigger problems later on. We've been building this forever. It's my favorite piece of equipment we build because it, frankly, and I'm the bad operator, it makes a bad operator look good. And you can go fast with them. I'd say compared to like a rotary tiller, which I used to own, this would be like a 25-year-old woman power walking on a Sunday morning compared to an 80-year-old, right? Big difference between a tiller and a soil conditioner. But this is gonna shape, it's gonna level, it's gonna grade, it's gonna pulverize, it's gonna windrow all your rock because you can angle it hydraulically left and right, or you can pull a pin and you can do it manually. You just pull this pin out, you'll swivel the head, stick the pin back in, you have left position, right position. So with that being said, the competitors, frankly, they don't stand a chance. They have to get outside, they have to do their depth adjustments on the wheels, and let's be real. Nobody's going to get outside the cab. They're going to take multiple passes to get the same amount of work done. So two things: way friendlier, ease of use, way more productive. And then for the lookalikes out there that have a 2-point connection, they don't have this heavy subframe mount, like this is why you're paying more. Pay a little bit more, get more. There's nothing more expensive than regret. Cheap isn't good and good isn't cheap. One of the biggest things that people don't even pay attention to and even realize that can be one of the most expensive things that can go wrong in soil conditioners. We're going to start on this side. So we have our frame, we have our drum. There's a steel can that goes in here, okay? We're going to go to the opposite side. Here, hydraulic motor is recessed very far in. You got this box here to protect it because I'm sure your employees treat it just like the check writer, right? Yeah, you can laugh now because we know they don't. But that way, if something dumb happens, you don't have to worry about it. But, all right, so there's a steel can on this side. Hydraulic motor's inputting in here. Steel can probably goes about to right here where my hand is. This is absolutely huge because this is a well thought out, designed, engineered piece of equipment where it is protecting your shaft seal and your bearings, because what can happen, you can ask many rental yards, I've replaced a lot of them, they'll get twine, they'll get cable, they'll get wire wrapped up in here. All the competitors I know, that ain't protected. And what'll happen when that wire wraps and you don't notice it, you're gonna take out your shaft seal, then you're gonna take out your bearings, and then you're gonna have a hell of a chore replacing it. I know this because I have a John Deere tiller. I just took out the shaft seal. I just took out the bearings. I'm guessing my bill is going to be about 650 bucks. I'm not fixing it myself. I don't have time. All right, so next thing. Small detail, but huge. These tires, obviously they're big. I believe they're an 18-inch tire, but they're not air-filled. Because let's face it, when you're on a job site, you don't know what the heck you're going to be faced with. It could be screws, it could be nails, scrap metal, whatever. Many, many rental yards or previous owners of competing soil conditioners, their tires are flat, right? Just another thing you don't have to worry about. There's grease certs on both this for being able to pivot it. And these are sealed. Huge advantage, right? Just one other thing to think about. Another big advantage is a lot of the competing units are going to have a welded yoke where the wheel sits basically, you're going to have a welded frame going right over it. As material builds up, you're going to get rocks and you're going to get dirt and the wheels ain't going to turn good, but then you're going to chunk your tires. Let's just say they are foam filled even, which I doubt they are, but you will wear your tires out much, much faster. So this allows the wheels to spin easier, not chunk the tires. Probably one of the bigger things that I like is on the soil conditioner, this drum is big. It's a 10-inch drum. Where's that meaningful when you're on the job site? Just say a 6-inch drum that's much smaller compared to a 10, you're going to be able to carry way more material forward for when you're filling in those low spots versus a smaller drum that just physically can't carry as much material. But furthermore, you're going to see all of these tungsten carbide teeth, they are spiraled on the drum. As everybody knows, these are phenomenal for doing bike paths with gravel, walking paths with gravel, gravel parking lots, gravel driveways, and that stuff gets to be hard like concrete, especially in drought conditions. And I've used this on my own personal driveway when we were under drought on a much smaller machine, 16 gallons a minute, 3,000 on the pressure. It's not a ton of hydraulic horsepower. I ran the 84, phenomenal. There was no torque issue. I leveled and graded my whole driveway. But what the tungsten carbide teeth that are spiraled will do, when they're spiraled, you only have a select number of teeth grabbing at one time, versus all the other units I know of, they weld them in a single line across the drum, and you will watch that baby buck. It will just start hopping, tons of vibration. So this eliminates a lot of that, super helpful. Another little thing that's a big deal is these wheels. We'll just say that, all right, you're loading it on the trailer. You can see this is big. The other units are big. They take up a lot of space. You get it on your trailer. Premium trailer space is a premium, and you want to get the most equipment on as you can. You can pull this pin here, remove the cotter key. This whole frame will slide back, so you're going to save probably roughly just say another 2 feet of trailer space. You would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have a type arrangement. The box end plates, you can take, if you don't want to use them, you can pull a pin out, you can put them on the backside or front, or just take them off. But this is a big deal when you're maybe, let's just say you're doing a driveway, you're trying to pull gravel out of the ditch line. Let's say the ditch is right here. You're going to keep that box end plate so that you're not having rocks get scattered in the lawn or the ditch, and you want to pull that material back for crown. So you're going to angle the drum, right? So you're going to pull all that material back towards the center for crown. But that's a big deal. Or redoing an existing yard where you're following nice landscape edging, and Betty's not going to want black dirt in her beautiful rock bed, right? Like she's already sick of picking weeds. So that will keep the weeds out of where you don't want them to go, or the black dirt out of where you don't want them to go. Again, you can do hydraulic angle with it. You can do manual angle. I don't personally own one of these, but I will own one of these probably in the next 6-7 months. my favorite attachment we build for anybody doing any dirt work at all. It is absolutely incredible, easy to use. Again, loader arms low as they go, don't change that. The only thing you're gonna do is you're gonna tweak your bucket curl back and forth. We run a massive direct hydraulic drive motor that, again, we hit on this because the guy writing the check runs equipment a little bit different than the employees. So you don't have to worry about Johnny doing something silly and hitting the hydraulic motor, but it maybe sticks out 5 inches from the frame. Many of them out there, that motor comes out this far, not protected real good. But the other thing is, when you're trying to dig deep, like this one will go 4 inches deep, you have all that hydraulic motor resisting from you being able to till deeper because it sticks out so far. So this is really recessed big time into that body and is protected very well. Little detail, but definitely makes a big difference when you want more material for tilling depth.